Yes, now bless. Now don't forget to rest. Now Des ROCKSTEADY at King of the Pit TV signing in. Halo is the title of this one. We're listening to Machine Head, The Blackening, track 6 of 8. Let's jump in. So some religious imagery coming up. I'm fascinated to know what this one's going to be about, what perspective they've got. I'm going to try to, pay attention to some of the lyrical content in this one. Okay, this one's fascinating. I feel the need to thank you, Rob Flint, at the show in Copenhagen. You asked who were at Machine Head concert for the first time. I raised the horns and you looked at me, pointed at me and said, "You've got a pass." I don't understand. My sister and I. Oh, you know what? When he said you've got a pass, I thought that was in reference to him raising the horns, and I thought that was in reference to the title of the track. Yeah, I'm starting to, I don't know. I've never been so involved and interested in religion and spiritual matters as I've ever been in my life, to be honest. That's why I find this fascinating. And I know there's a general, theme within metal and so on and so forth, but it gives us great room to converse. I'm not religious, I'm agnostic, but I like spiritual matters and people's perspectives regardless. The halo as symbolized in, let's say Renaissance art and stuff like that, Renaissance art, and, behind the heads of the holy and whatnot. Some would say that it's not necessarily a halo, but the sun, as, prior to the Abrahamic religions, there were degrees of paganism where they would worship the natural, they'd worship the sun, and without the sun we wouldn't be here, without the sun there wouldn't be life, without the sun we wouldn't, have this situation, so they would, to this day, still worship the sun. And there's some degree of metaphorical value that exists within certain religious texts. I won't speak of which ones, where there is, some degree of alignment with that concept and theory. So there's a little tidbit for you. That's some deep, esoteric, knowledge there for you. Maybe a cult would be the right word for it. And you know what? Fascinatingly enough, I have this argument as a consistent through so many of these metal bands and whatnot. This was like from the early days of this channel and before this channel, prior to me even being in the headspace I am now. He said Christian conspiracy and stuff like that, which is, I don't necessarily know the true depth of the lyric. We might read the comment section afterwards. But not speaking on Machine Head, but speaking on metal bands that are blasphemous to the cross and so on and so forth. That's completely fine with me. I'm not bothered by that. But can you please keep the same energy? If you're anti-religion, yeah, keep that same energy for Islam and keep that same energy for Judaism and the correlating, religious schools of thought. Because to just pick out on the group that won't necessarily fight you back is a bit of a pussy thing to do. It's a bit of a bully thing to do. And before the religious, before the agnostic, before the atheists, I do not like bullies. So that's my personal philosophy on it, because you see that in Metal Manifest, and the only reason they speak on it as far as like Christianity is because the other religions will fight them back, or they will have the finger pointed back at them in a manner they don't necessarily want, So that's my school of thought, People can say what they want, but blanket it in its entirety if you're going to speak of it. Yeah, I'll give you some more insider game as well, right? If you promote like anti-religious, not anti-religious, if you promote specifically anti-Christian beliefs, you are going to be more likely to get signed to a mainstream label. Why that is, hey, that's for you to find out. But when you promote particular ideologies and perspectives, right? The mainstream will pick up on you and allow you to promote that message. And you have to question why, right? You have to question that. But that's enough game for this one, yeah? That's enough game. We're here to talk music. We're not here to talk about the world and society as we see it, right? The social engineering as we see it. We're not going to talk about that. Look at what rap music promotes and what people are paid to promote to particular cultures and societies. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. And question why. Why are they getting paid to push this message? Someone called this a metal hymn. Someone says lyrics kick ass. Someone says I don't care about lyrics, just like good music. I didn't order any soup. Says I'm a Christian and this is one of my favourite songs. So clearly it's anti. I mean, we did see the Pope depicted as the devil. I don't know too much as far as I mean, you hear a few things about the Pope, don't you? And like the idea of a hierarchy of whichever means sort of sucks to me. I don't like hierarchies, but I do see them as a necessary evil per se. A normal, evolutionary, biological dynamic between humans. It can't really be stopped, can it? Especially between men. So that's interesting. But yeah. This is a good piece of art because it gives room for discussion, you know. At least for me. Heavy. Someone referring to the video here. Song on the album is amazing, but this edit and this video has made a mockery of it. Cool tune. Yeah, cool tune. Cool tune. Good riffs. Believing in God and believing in church are two different things. Most of the priests are materialistic. Not only them. Not all of them. We are but human. We are but human. My input exactly. I always believed the devil lived in the church. At the same time, the Pope is rolling in a bulletproof car with gold chains, smuggling cocaine. Haha. Like, you got to see. I don't know anything about the cocaine thing. I don't know what they're on about regarding that. Fascinating. I wonder how you. I'm just wondering how you define the church. Would that be, the concept of the hierarchy as we know it per se, as opposed to just being a believer? This is fascinating. You can skip to the next song right now if you're watching this full video, listen through, or if you're watching it song by song, because I'm just going to hang here for 1 second. Unless you want to continue joining me, because we're just going to assess the song here, because at this moment in time, I do find this quite fascinating. Okay, here we go. Watching this video again in early 2015. This was 9 years ago. I can't help but thinking, what if this video portrayed a Muslim cleric instead of a Catholic one? Can you imagine the scandal? Accusations of racism and Islamophobia were thrown from our sides. I'm fed up with this double standard. We should be able to criticise religion as much as we want without paying attention to butthurt people. Okay, so I think this was more so a criticism on Islam and that side of things, as opposed to the band. But I would counterbalance both things. Because I'm saying, does that not mean Machine Head is just pointing the finger at the Catholics because they won't raise a scandal in doing so? Because I don't think there's anything wrong with people fighting for themselves. But at the same time, there's a perfect balance. Carl Jung said there is a principle of opposites, as to there's a perfect in between the two extremes, which means as much as I would like people to be able to rise up and defend themselves, I would also like people to be able to be humble and just, so what? It doesn't affect me. I'm not bothered by your words, So I guess there's two sides, but we've got 29 replies to this, which is good. This guy said, I literally never sign in just to comment something. Never. This time I did, and you definitely deserve more upvotes. Your point is outstanding. You're welcome, and to be assured, we're not the only ones who share this opinion. Unfortunately, only few stand up for it. And by the way, with me going through this, I don't believe that I'm not standing up for a criticism against Islam. I don't really care, to be honest with you. Well, absolutely agree with you. The last thing I'd want is my favourite bands destroyed by extremists. Not a joke, yeah, but everything. Yeah. Controversial opinion, perhaps, to some people, depending on what your story is. But I've never really met problematic followers of Islam. I've never met problematic people who truly follow the writings and the principles. Generally speaking, they're all right people, and as far as tradition is concerned, I think they believe in a fair amount of positive things. Personally, of course, you get bad people everywhere, no matter what particular sector they derive from. Sadly, the problem with so this, I don't want to go in and really start going in on real like political divide here. We're not here for that. We're not here for that. But I do want to talk about bands and artists in relation to religion, like, because that's what this channel's for, right? I don't want to just talk strictly political, you know, because who cares, man? We've all got different perspectives, and none of us are right, really, you know. It's all through our lens of reality. So let's keep going. Someone says The Sims 2, anyone? Eargasm. Tags metal pop. Yeah, if it's written in that manner. Apparently there's a 9-minute version. People don't like the fact that it's been shortened, you know. But this will be the music video version. Probably aired on like music videos and stuff. Yeah, what more can I say? Yeah, not really much more room for discussion on there. Yeah, cool. Let's keep on moving. We've got Wolves coming up next, which is we're getting into a couple of epics now. 9 minutes long. Track number 7 coming up next. All right, let's keep going.